I can't hear anything, guys.
Really?
Yes.
Susan, I have a question. There's someone who wants to follow the session. How they can find us on just on your profile only?
Yeah, on my profile. Just go to my profile. We are already live, and they should see, or just follow Omondi Live, the hashtag.
Oh.
All right. Thank you, Lilian. It was a mistake. I made some mistake. Just a minute.
I can't hear anything, guys.
Yeah, I'm not sharing anymore. Just a moment. Wow.
Amazing.
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 Amazing. My dear Natalie, when you hinted me this kind of song, I was like, wow, I'm still carried away by it.
We sing our sorrows away, Twaimba our sorrows away.
Exactly. Why this song? Why do you love this song? Let us know once again.
This particular
Natalie,
song.
this particular song.
I really think it's quite brilliant what Wycliffe did. He went to Africa, collected all these countries together. There's Nigeria, there's Kenya, there's Uganda. There's so many different countries in their beautiful native languages, in their the authenticity of all that, and put together such an amazing music. It's that's diversity right there, right? It's
diversity.
leadership, it's diversity, it's everything. Really?
You say it. You say it. It's leadership, it's diversity, it's everything.
Yeah.
It's connecting the world.
It is connecting the world, definitely.
Wow,
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm so happy to be here with you once again, dear Natalie. Dear Andreas, thanks so much for helping me launch this English session. And dear Lilian, we are so happy to have a Kenyan at long last, all the way from Kenya to this
I'm glad to be
beautiful.
part of you.
Yeah. We are so happy to have you around. Look, we have a lot of people watching already. Let me just show a few. That's Christine. Hi.
Good morning.
We have Michaela.
Hi, Michaela.
Oh my God. A lot of people watching, and we are so grateful. We are so grateful. Maybe we should start by tell us something about you, my dear guest. I'm happy you're here, but maybe men first for a change. Yes. That's diversity.
my English is very bad. Did you say man first?
Dear Andreas, tell us something about you.
Yeah, well, okay. About diversity and my person, I think. How can I say that? I mean, I grew up in a hotel when I was a boy, and there I always saw people from all around the world. And I told you the story recently about the first tourists we had from a foreign country, and they did behave in a way we were not really used to, and we thought they were unfriendly. But later I learned about intercultural competence, and that's very important actually, because we have a lot of misunderstandings just because we don't understand each other. But once we do that, we understand our own and the others, then we have pure diversity, and we can then create really powerful teams. And I love it. I love traveling. I love to meet foreign cultures. I love to understand those cultures, to compare a little bit, not judging, just compare what's this different thing. Like the flutes. A flute is an instrument which exists all over the world. Or bread, we have all over the world. We have a lot of connecting things. That's what I like about diversity.
Wow. And you love networking.
That's my passion. Yeah, I love it.
That's a passion. And today we are networking with diversity, right?
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. That's a colorful session.
Very nice. Colorful session. Love it. Love it. Dear Natalie, let's know something about your time today in the morning.
What can I say? What diversity means to me is basically, I do feel like we all are very unique in our own selves, and we come in so many beautiful different colors and different ideas and thoughts and all that, right? And that's what diversity is to me. You can't really cut it down to categories, or you can't make diversity all about one specific set of people or things that you see on the surface. It's way much more than that. And that's why I'm so excited to be here with you guys, because you're all different in your beautiful selves, and we still get together and make something meaningful, right? And that's
Right.
the beauty of it all, actually. So really happy
Wow.
to be here this morning.
The beauty of diversity.
Mm-hmm.
And then magic happens. Huh.
And magic happens, yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Dear Lilian, what about back in Kenya? What does diversity means to you? Lilian, are you getting us?
Lilian, you hear us?
I yeah, I hear you. I hear you. It's unfortunate I didn't hear Natalie quite well, but yeah, let me say about myself. Yeah, so this is Lilian, a young lady brought up in some village, a small town in the border of Kenya and Uganda. The fact that I was brought up at the border of Kenya and Uganda already, I have diverse culture. I have an integrated culture of the Kenyan side and the Ugandan side. So I already see that East African experience about diversity. And
We're losing you, Lilian. Right, but I think I can imagine what she wanted to say. She was brought up at the border between Uganda and Kenya, and diversity, or yeah, how do you say it? Integration is not really a big deal back in Kenya. How do you see that, Andreas and Natalie?
I mean, for her living at the border of Kenya and Uganda, that kind of gave her both cultures, and she grew up assimilating into both of them. And I think one thing I love about Lilian is she never chose. She let both of them in, and became one with both of them. So diversity is a topic we can talk about the whole
I love
day.
that. I love that. I love. She never chose. Yeah,
She never
I
chose.
love
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
She's back. Hi,
She's
Lilian.
back.
What is going to happen?
hi.
Hi. We're happy to
Sorry
have you
about
back.
that. I don't understand. Thank you. Thank you. Did you hear anything?
Yeah,
What I
that's
said?
you. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And Natalie just summarized that very well. You never chose. You have both Uganda and Kenya in you.
Yes,
To
yes,
put it
yes.
that
And
way.
I
Yeah.
so I like it so much. The fact that I can sit in Kenya, have breakfast at home, and actually cross over to Uganda to have lunch.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Oh my
That
goodness.
is really
I envy
something I
you.
like, and you should,
Wow, I love it. I
because
love it.
to Kenya, I should give you that experience because yeah, that is part of diversity, and Ugandan people, I can tell you for sure, are the most friendly in East Africa, I think.
Very
So,
nice. When I get back to
and that
Kenya,
makes me
I'll
also
come to
to
you.
be
I'll
a bit
contact you.
friendly.
Yeah. Very nice.
Please do, please do.
I'll do.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We have we on my post today in the morning, we chose to talk about 3 points, each of us. The first one being, why do you think, why is an international network important for your business or for your personal advancement? Then you have the second one talking about, maybe you'll mention someone who you would like to see here. And the last one being maybe a personal story you would like to share with us that can help us change our perspective. Let's start with the first one. Who would like to start? Should we start with Andreas once again?
Ladies first. For me, it doesn't matter. Huh?
Yeah.
How you like it? Tell me. It's, who
Andreas, you
starts?
start, please.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah. So where do I start? Why it's important for me? You know, I work in several fields actually, and everything that I did was mostly either about education or mainly about tourism also. And there you need networks all over the world actually. And one of my passion, besides networking and all the educational stuff, is for sure motorcycling. And I did build up a company in that stuff. We do not talk about that one, but there it's very important to have a huge network. And I can welcome here Masa. She's here also online from Cairo. And I met her through the social media somehow. And she came to Switzerland, visited me. We went for a ride, had a great time. And since years, we're connected with each other. And this is one part which I think is very interesting and important also. You know, you have this network as a biker, for example. You give each other tips where to go, where you can go. It's not always about business. It's also about hobby. When I go to another country, doesn't matter where, or even to another continent, I can ask those people there all over in my LinkedIn groups, listen, I'm going to that and that country. What do you recommend? What do you suggest? Or I have a problem and this can be solved. So I remember one story, maybe one so short story in Ukraine. We had a problem with a helmet that got broken on a Sunday. So, and as a foreigner, you have no idea where to buy it, you know. So I made a post in one of those social media channels. It took 5 minutes, and then I got a message on my WhatsApp. We have a helmet for you from a foreigner I have never seen before, just through networking. So, and then that's it. This is how a network can be very helpful. Just one example. I think it's just also a great part of networking.
Very nice. I love that. I love that. Wow. I love that. Nothing to add. Dear community, just chip in, just ask any question. Who would you like, what would you like to know from us, from Andreas, from Natalie, from Lilian, from myself? Just type in your question. Natalie, what about you?
An international network, for me, it's basically the whole thought of not being in my own little world, you know, because we always have our ways of thinking. And the fact that I grew up and was born and raised in Kenya, and then I've lived in Germany all this time. So I've always appreciated the fact that you have different cultures and different people around me. So having an international network, it builds my intellect, first of all. It educates me on how other people work. And when it comes to business, it's more innovative, it's more productive and more global. You know, the world got so small today because of the globalization that we have today. And if you're not tapping into your networks, because today, the business of today is basically done with trust and networking and who do I know and where do I know somebody, you know. That's how we do business today. So the more people I know, the more people that trust you and know you within your network, the quicker you are with your business and the bigger you can actually build stuff. So for me, an international network is just something that I've always wanted to have. First of all, to pay into my intellect, not to be focused on my own, you know, my own way of thinking, but to actually be more broad and wider, to actually expand what I recently talked about in one of my series in assimilation.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Your series are great. By the way, if you just follow Natalie in her series, the next one will come on Thursday.
Yeah, every Thursday, Thriving with Diversity.
Right. Thriving with Diversity. And that's a hashtag, right?
That's a hashtag, yeah.
Very nice. I love that. Wow. Let's not limit ourselves, limitize. Or do you say limitize or limit? I don't know. I'm polishing my English here.
Limit ourselves, you know.
Yeah,
You
do not
can't
limit yourself.
Yes, you
Yeah.
can't limit yourself to that.
Very nice. What about you, Lilian?
No, I am not in the business world, but in in the government uh, profession, or I work for the government, so I do not have experience of business, international networking in terms of business, but maybe personal experience based on
I think we lost her again, right?
Yeah,
one
she's coming back.
thing that is so wide in itself. Yes, it is so wide in itself. I can see diversity is diverse in its own nature, you know. Naturally, diversity itself is diverse. And as we are saying, as we know that there is no man that is an island, we need people around. We need people where we are. We need people far away from us so that we are able to exchange ideas like what we are doing right now. This is diversity already. I am learning a lot from the people in Germany, the people in Switzerland, and I believe you are also learning something from Kenya. So diversity should be something that it is networking, and it should be it is sharing ideas and not just taking ideas. So I believe that diversity can help someone in getting fresh ideas for the business or even for personal endeavors. It also helps in maybe advancing your career. It can it makes people uh, get career advices or support from each other, because you know the moment you share with one or two, no one knows everything, right? And what I may not know, somebody else somewhere may be knowing. And when we come together from our diverse societies, from our diverse places or our diverse professions, we get to share, interact, and what I know, I may end up getting to know from somebody else.
I
So to
like that.
me, I I I I have always been advocating for diversity. Having I working with the human resource, I deal with people of different cultures on daily basis, different professional backgrounds. Because I'm a human resource person, I deal with people of different natures, you know, in terms of age, in terms of culture, traditions, in advocating for this diversity issue or theme in my institution in so many various ways that I cannot elaborate or explain right now.
Very nice. Very nice. Just as
So
Natalie also
my
said, it's not
actually
only on the surface. Yeah.
I do not have I have an international network, yes, one of them being you guys and maybe Andreas, to be specific. I remember there's a time we visited Dubai, and at the airport we were only told, we were warned not to go beyond hugging. So that is a cultural diversity. That is something we did not know, and we learned it from there, you know. And also, I remember we had an Indian family, an Indian friend who took us round and exposed us to so many things in Dubai. We really learned a lot. Andreas may share
Many
much of
thanks.
that.
Thank you, Lilian. Thank you, Lilian.
Uh,
Yeah, my takeaway is we have to be open. We have to also be able to make the first step to be curious, to learn from one another. And with this kind of mindset, the chances increase the chances of getting help increase.
And one thing, if I may actually add, do you see with the kind of global shift that we're having today, right? What got us here in our businesses today will definitely not get us where we need to be tomorrow. So, and for the solutions that we need to kind of keep going into these very uncertain times, because we've not been here, nobody really knows what's going to happen, how it's affected the economy and all that. So
Yeah.
we need to have extremely innovative people around us. We need to tap into this diversity of thought, diversity of opinion, and diversity of perspective to come up with these solutions, the creative solutions that we need and the innovative solutions that we need to keep our businesses going through this time. So just an add-on.
And for the global challenges, like the COVID thing, we need that.
May I also say something? What you say, Natalie, about the global shift, what you said, what you have now, is there's also one big chance, actually. There's a lot of negative things, for sure, but there's also one big chance. I learned that now the last few months. Before COVID started, I had troubles to network with people, like with calls, Zoom sessions or whatever, Hangouts or whatever there is in the market. With Swiss people, they always wanted me to meet in real.
Person,
only for 30 minutes meeting, I had to write 2 hours or something, really, bullshit. But now we started to learn. I also was a little bit, in the beginning, maybe more reserved, because we Swiss are a little bit, reserved a little bit, And other cultures are very open and welcoming, and here it's once you're in, and to learn all these differences is really great. And that's what I learned when I was in India, and also with when we were in Dubai. These differences in the culture, because that was great, and we could explain each other how we do it, and they are different, but it made us laugh about ourselves, because how people look at us, and we are not aware of that. We think, we look beautiful in our mirror, and then someone else tells us you look like shit. Not exactly that brutal way, but you know what I mean. And this is it makes it more colorful. It makes it more fun, and you can learn from each other. I mean, I became more open when it comes to welcoming people in my own apartment. Before, as a Swiss person, no, we meet in restaurants, we meet in pubs. I don't invite anyone at home. To my home. Now I have open doors. I'm easygoing. It changed completely. But this is through meeting other cultures.
Wow.
Wow.
Whoa. I love that. And the other cultures, they can be also next door. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Morning, Alexandra. Happy you're here. And Lakshya, I love what you say, thriving in diversity.
Exactly.
Very good point, Andreas. Yeah, it's all about creating connections between different cultures. Thank you, Maza. And I think we had someone from Cairo for the first time. I'm so happy to have you here. Very nice, very nice. Let's go to our second point. I think it was about someone you know. Let me just show it. Which person or company from your network would you like to see as an next broadcast? I think this time around we start with Natalie.
I was actually hoping you'd start with Lilian, because I'm still thinking about the person. I have 3 people in my pool, and I'm still thinking about who to pick for that. So I'm gonna have to pass on that one right now, if that's all right with you. Because
Thank you.
I really have 3 guys. I'm focused on 3 people, and I'm trying to figure out, who's the best fit, and so I'm still working on that.
Thank you. We still have time. We still have time. Lilian, do you have someone in mind?
Yes, I have someone in mind. Actually, my immediate boss.
All right.
And the reason I'm settling on her is because she made a difference in my life. I don't want to blame my upbringing, but I can say for sure that I have been this person who will always see anybody and everybody, and first of all, think of the negative about that person, before I even dig deep now to get to know about the positives. So this one of my bosses, or rather this boss, or this person I will refer here, has always been telling us that in every environment you are in, when you meet a person, a new face, when you get yourself in a new environment, what you should first of all look at is the positives in that environment before you dig deep now, or you don't even need to go into the negatives, but first of all, thrive on the positives. The negatives will, of course, the positives will outdo the negatives. So she's one very resourceful person in
Very
this
nice.
organization that I work in. And that is the person I will refer here. And if you want two or three, I still have another person who has mentored my life. He's been a mentor to me. He's actually one person who can really talk to us joyfully about diversity, because he is a professor, having been born and brought up in Kenya, studied in Kenya, then went to the US, became a professor in the US, came back to Kenya and settled in a Maasai land, and he's not from Maasai. So you can imagine the experience of the person was born, where he went, where he studied, that is in the US, then came back to Kenya and went to settle in Maasai land. Quite vast, quite diverse and open-minded. So I will gladly bring that person on board.
Thank you.
On your
Very nice.
invitation.
I love the
Yes.
reasons you gave us for choosing your boss. What's her name?
She's called Ruth.
Ruth.
Let me not say the other name. Yes, she's called Ruth.
Ruth.
She's one very positive person, ever
Very
positive
nice.
in her life. Yeah.
I like that. The negative things will come anyway. So let's focus on the positive ones.
Exactly.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Dear Andreas, what about you?
Yeah, I had actually quite immediately one person in mind, and this person is also now with us in the audience. She was writing before. It's Masa Haimanfur. I hope I said the name correctly. I was training it before in the mirror. and Masa, she is somehow inspiring for me because she lives a life what looks like a dream from outside. She's traveling around the world with her motorcycle, but she organizes a lot of tour guides all over the world. And does that all remote. So she's a digital native, how we call that,
Yeah.
But for sure, you see only the post, what she does, she takes pictures and you see the posts, a nice post here and here, a nice post, and here a motorcycle holiday. And you think, 24 hours holiday, 365 days a year. But this is not true. It's hard work, actually. That combined with a nice life. So this is what I also say. It's living your life, or live your dream. Don't dream your life. And this is what I call very, very inspiring. And when I think what we all should try, I also do ride motorcycles as often as I can. I also work remote, only in Switzerland because of family reasons. But this is what I think it's really great. And she's also, crossing borders to all those different cultures. She speaks, I don't know how many languages, probably all of them here around the globe, but I know Arab and this, I don't know from either on the language, I'm sorry, I don't know the Parsi, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And very well German and probably a few others. I don't know all of those, but all of
that's a talent,
so,
yeah.
So, and I asked her already, and she said, yes, if it's technologically possible, yes.
Very nice. I'm happy. I'm happy to hear that. Great, great. Natalie, we'll come back to you, or you just write me later. Or do you have a name now?
I
We'll
will
do
write
that
you.
later.
I will
Yeah,
write you.
very nice. I like that. I like that. So before we move to our third point, I think we forgot something. Hi, Sandra. Just seeing you here right now. Yeah. We mentioned that Johannes would come, but he's unfortunately sick, lying in bed.
Yeah, best health, good recovery, huh?
Yeah, quick recovery, exactly. We have our dialect, each of us, Andreas, remember what you talked about? And whatever you're going to win at the end is, Andreas, you described that so well. Nowadays, we never write postcards. So if you stay tuned and you get the answer correct, then you will get postcard from each of us, from our country or our towns. Did I get you right?
Yeah, correctly.
Yes.
A handwritten postcard with some words, because earlier when someone went on holidays, they did write postcards, send them home. This does not exist anymore. Now you get WhatsApp messages. I'm here. Oh, cool, you're there. Okay. But it's not the same story, it's not the same thing. You see posts on Instagram, Facebook, and everything. But once you get a handwritten postcard, whew, what a sensation you have now.
Oh,
and that's
yeah.
great. What
That's
a sensation.
So
the winner of the prize will get 4 now handwritten postcards.
Very nice, very nice. And we have to give a hint of the question, huh?
Yeah,
What is the dialect? We did not talk about that.
We did not talk about the languages, but we can start to talk about it.
How many languages do you speak, Andreas? And what's your dialect?
It depends. It depends if I had alcohol or not. That can change a little bit. So for sure, my mother tongue is Swiss German. Or even Swiss German. It's a dialect of Switzerland, which we speak in Bernese Oberland. That's one part in Switzerland. Then every village has an own dialect. And it's related to Germany, also the German language, but the Germans do not understand us. We really speak our dialect. So it's less than another language, but more than another dialect. It's hard to explain. Besides that, I struggle with German for sure, and then try to speak English a little bit. I do French as well. This I can also speak more or less fluent, and I can have simple communication in Spanish. Yeah, and then the basic things in few other languages. I don't know what them are. I think seven or 8 languages.
Wow.
But only very basic. I cannot really, not deeper conversations. Just ask for a way, and then ask how much does this cost, or where is the train station, or what I can do mostly is order 2 beers.
Much better than I can. Much better. I can only speak Luo, German, and maybe English. much better.
But that's good. That's good, because your dialect is great. You named it.
Yeah, I practice this with my kids here, so that's fine, Luo.
This is very important. That's my personal opinion. So I also think I know people who emigrate to another country. It doesn't matter where, and they do not speak their own language anymore. Only the language from the country they're in.
Yeah.
And I think, yes, it's very important to integrate. Very, very important. But it's also very important to keep the own roots. So, for sure, as a guest, you have to accept the rules of the country where you're moving to. If you do not accept them, don't go there. But don't forget about your roots. That's very important. Sometimes there can be a conflict, for sure. That can happen. But if the conflict is too big, okay, then you have to go to a country where this conflict is less big, where you can adapt. But mostly with an open mind, it's easy to adapt. It's not a problem. Don't forget your roots. Accept the rules from the host. Combine it. Great.
That's a good point, and I'm sure Natalie's happy to hear that.
Yes.
Own your own currency.
Yes.
Yeah, very nice,
Definitely.
very
You
nice.
gotta be rooted in yourself. You gotta be grounded in
Exactly,
yourself.
love that, love that. Lilian, how many languages do you speak?
It's very fortunate that I speak more than one language. Very fortunate because I know majority, especially here in Kenya, they speak one or at most two languages. But I think I am maybe privileged to speak more than three. Um,
We're losing you.
I think we lost her again.
We lost again.
English,
Natalie,
history.
ah,
Oh, there
I'm
she is.
back. Yeah,
you're back.
yeah,
So what did you
I'm
say?
back.
English, Swahili, and
So I speak English, but let me start with not perfectly, but I struggle and really make sure that I can have a conversation, especially with my elders back in the village. I also speak Swahili
yeah,
very well, and I struggle with English somehow, in as much as it is an official language. I am
we
not
all
so
struggle with
perfect.
English.
Yeah. Besides, I'm proud to speak a little bit of Luganda, just a little. I cannot have a serious conversation, but I can exchange. I can ask for water. I can order for food in a restaurant in Uganda. I can send greetings, yeah,
Great,
in
great.
Luganda. Yeah, and it's
I think
unfortunate, especially in our cities in Kenya. Just to add on, we what Andreas was saying about not is really growing and really affecting us, our young ones, our kids to only know English and maybe other foreign languages, but we forget to take them or make them know our own original language. It's
yeah.
unfortunate, but I don't know if there's anything an individual can do. But personally, I took a personal initiative to make sure that the young one I stay with knows every language that I can speak or every language that I know, starting from Teso,
Keep it up.
English, Swahili, and Luganda.
Very nice.
Yes.
Teso, Luganda, Swahili, English. Keep it up. Love that. Love that. Natalie, what about yours?
Well, I do speak. I mean, being born in
And
Kenya,
Teso. Yeah.
I speak Kisi. It's my dialect, and then I speak English and a little bit German, and I can buy food in French. So that's it. I'm
That's
not.
it.
That's it. I don't have so
Wow.
much happening in the languages section. I'm
Yeah,
just
but
glad.
your German is excellent. I know that. I can tell you, your German is excellent. This I
Thank
know.
you.
I can prove that. Huh?
Very nice.
Very, very
Very
kind of
nice.
you. Thank you.
Great, great. So, yeah, what am I taking away? The dialects we have: Swiss, German, Kisi, Teso, Luganda, Luo, and English is not part of it. It's just something keeping us together. Look, Christine is saying, I sure don't understand the Swiss dialect, but I love it.
Yeah.
And sorry?
No, I was just thinking if I shall say something in Swiss German. Als het
Yeah.
altijd nog bakel had, ik was over de avond gewoon gekokst op een
Oh,
harder op. So good.
I think I need one more. Wow, that one I cannot understand. Great, great, great. Look who is here. I think this is the master you're talking about.
Person, yeah, exactly, Masa. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. It's was struggling with that. Now I
Very
know.
nice, very nice. Please send me some connection requests so that at least we don't lose each other. Thank you so much. Happy to have you here. Sandra, I can see you as well. So happy you're here. Someone is saying there's a lot of echo. Sorry for that. I think we cannot make it better, but we are soon closing also. We have our last point, a personal story, something that changed your perspective or something you'd love to share with the community. What is it, my dear guests? Who would love to start now? Lilian. Lilian, are you getting us?
Well,
yes, loud and clear. My personal experience, I think I've had not quite a lot of experience, but maybe a culture shock somehow. I was brought up
Lilian, you're
knowing that
missing
the
it.
kitchen belongs to women.
Oh.
hello?
I am back.
You're back here.
I'm saying I was brought up knowing that the kitchen belongs to women.
Wow.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Something is going wrong here with the line. I don't hear anything anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to jump in as she fixes a camera.
Yeah,
That's all right with you guys. All right. So
yeah.
my personal story, why international networking, the advantages of international networking for me. It's basically my new series, Thriving with Diversity. So the fact that I've been out there connecting with so many different people from all over the world, I always really used to get a lot of feedback. I get a lot of feedback from a lot of people. And they're always like, okay, how did you make it to be where you are today, considering the fact that you were not born and raised in Germany? What was your secret, or what did you do? And then you know, I really used to jump into mentoring sessions with a lot of people, but then it just became so much that I decided, okay, you know what, guys? Let's start this where we can put our stories together, share our stories, put ourselves out there and humanize our profiles a little bit so that people can really connect with us in a very personal way. And so for me, that has been one of the greatest assets that international networking has brought me, being able to actually share my story and to actually know that you are helping somebody and that you're empowering somebody, wherever they are, to just know that, hey, you know what? I got it all in me to get to the next level where I need to be. So it's that's been it for me. That's really been it for me. My highlight.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Please follow Natalie for the thriving for
with diversity.
With diversity is great. I take a lot of takeaways there and personal stories crowning. I mean, it's great. Just follow her and yeah, keep it up. Keep it up, Natalie.
Thank you.
What about you, Andreas?
Can you give me the question again? Sorry, I lost a little bit the connection because I was listening carefully.
Very nice. That's also good. What a good excuse. Do you have a personal experience or something?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, well, I'm blocked a little bit now. No, I think just be curious. That's like everything in your life. Be curious about everything. Be curious, be curious, be curious. That's how you learn things. That's how you meet other people. That's how you meet other culture. That's how you make connections. Be curious, be curious, be curious. And don't judge. This is the other thing, what I think is very important. Don't judge. Just try to accept everyone the way they are and listen to them. You don't need to take over their opinions, but just don't judge all the time. That's what a lot of people do. And this is actually how I met my connections, how my international network, just with trying to listen and not to judge, and also to avoid a few topics that can become too personal for everyone. what you should not do. So this international, intercultural communication is something really, really very important, what we should learn all over the world in our schools already, with
Yes.
with an agile teaching system where children also really can learn and not only get pressed in their information, but also can learn for their living. You know, calculating, writing is important, but the social skills are also very important. And
Oh,
sometimes
yes.
you forget about them.
Oh,
So
yes.
this
Yeah.
is what I think. What's my experience about the whole thing is actually.
Don't judge. Yeah. Very nice. And I think Jürgen is like almost the same tip. Best tip you can give, be open-minded.
Exactly.
Thank you, Jürgen.
100%.
Happy to have you here. Yeah, Lilian, so coming back to you, you wanted to say you were brought up that ladies' place is in the kitchen or something like that.
Yes, yes.
So how did it change it?
It changed when I met, when I got exposed to a different environment and I met a couple, an interracial couple. And when I saw the man in the kitchen, I was, I was shocked somehow, but I realized that I was shocked because I had my mind blocked to believe in certain things that the world that I had been exposed to had forced me, or rather made me to believe. But the point is, it's good to be easygoing. It's good to be open-minded, as one of us has said, because through opening myself to the world and accepting people, listening to people, lending a listening ear, and learning a lot from people, I got to know that it's not about feminism, but it's about just being easygoing. You know, there's nothing wrong with a man being in the kitchen. There's nothing wrong with a woman sitting in a big office, you know, somewhere and being the boss to men, you know. So my point is, it's let's let the world just be easygoing, be simple, accept others, listen to others, take opinion from others, take what you think will benefit you and leave the rest. But do not block any opinion that is coming to you, because you never know how impactful it can be in your life. Like I said, I used to be this kind of a resistant person.
Yeah.
I see you, the first instance I meet you, I look at you as, I look at the negatives in you, you know. It has happened to me even when I am traveling. I sit in the bus, and when my neighbor or next person comes to sit, I first of all look at that person and I'm like, how are we going to survive? You know, especially when it is a long trip, you know, when it is a long trip, maybe to my village, I look at that person and I'm like, oh my God, is this the person that is going to be my neighbor for the next 6 hours? And then over time, I realized that I was wrong. I was just judging this person. Like, I thought maybe the person is not going to be friendly, or, you know, but I come to realize that we can actually interact. I can actually learn a lot from that person whom I thought is gonna be a threat to my journey, you know. So I think I used to feel insecure at some point, until when I got exposed to the world, traveled a little bit, interacted with various characters, various personalities.
Even with bikers, you interacted, right?
Even with bikers, yes. They in fact, the best experience I had with bikers is that they kind of hardened me somehow, you know. They harden you somehow, because you can imagine being a pillion passenger in those, you call them Alps, or in those routes in Switzerland and Italy and France, and, you know. So that's my experience. I've had a wonderful experience. I have a whole history to write about traveling, about
Then start writing
interacting
a
and
book.
sharing.
Start
with people.
writing it. Start writing down.
I need people. I need people like you to help me write that book.
We
We are
start with
here.
the
You start.
we start with the postcard, and then we write the book.
Oh yes, we start with the postcard.
Exactly.
Many thanks.
Yeah.
I like the
Yeah.
strong message. Yeah, don't block. It's in you. And if you don't accept, that's what I realized. If I don't accept, well, I am responsible for that, for what I think. So if you
Yeah.
don't accept, you're now ready to make a change. That was wrong what you did, then you won't move further. I like that strong message. Very nice. Very nice. Now about the postcard, Andreas, would you like to ask the question?
Yeah, the question was actually, can you remember how many dialects you can remember that we speak? The person who can name the most languages or the dialects will get a card from us.
Right. Would you like to get some postcards from us, handwritten, huh?
Handwritten. It will be difficult to read when I write it, but I give my best.
How many dialects do we speak, or which ones can you remember? Just type in, there's nothing to lose. It won't hurt. And you will get postcards from us. How many? Each one? 4? Or how many in total? Andreas, how many postcards in total?
Yeah. Sorry, excuse me, I didn't get that. Each one of us writes a postcard.
Yeah, 4 in total.
Yeah, in total 4.
Very
Right.
nice. Very nice. Right. Many thanks. Do you have anything to add? Because I think we are done with our 3 points. And Jürgen is saying 7 or 8.
Which ones? The names. Which ones? The names. At least the name. We need at least the name. The names are important, actually.
Do you remember any name, Jürgen? Any name of a dialect? Right, right. Do you have something to add, my dear guest? It was a pleasure for me, an honor to have you here.
What I would like to throw in is, I mean, diversity is it's a very huge topic, and we cannot, introducing this series that you're starting today, we cannot dig deep and dive into the matters that really need to be addressed when it comes to diversity. So today was just kind of, like getting to know each other and introducing us to our audiences. And but one thing that we cannot forget is, if we do not leverage diversity, we will always stand in front of barriers. We're always going to have these barriers that are always going to stop us from connecting together and coming together and working together towards making, actually it sounds kitschy, but it is making the world a better place, And if I don't start it, then I don't expect you to do it, right? It always starts from me. So as we are going on our jobs and all that, let's just be mindful about each other's differences, right? This can be anything, can be from the gender, from your race, from the color of your skin, from the way you think, from your perspective. It really doesn't matter, but we have to create room for everyone so that we can all express ourselves in our truest forms. And I believe that's what diversity is all about. And that's
Wow,
it.
I love that. Let's create room for everyone. And we have started today. I'll continue every day I wake up. And as Andrea said also, being curious is the first step, actually. Are you curious? If just a moment. Someone told me once, if you see something, don't ask why are they doing it that way, like in a negative way, but just be curious. Just be curious to know why are they doing it. Then then magic happens. That's all I can say. Andreas.
Yes, I would like to add something what Natalie said. She said it very perfectly. And for me, there was one thing which made me experience really how, or gave me the ability how I can communicate with people who are completely different. It's not only about culture, it's also personality that can be different. And this is when I got my education as an agile coach. I did that in the institute, I don't know the English expression, in Basel. And I learned this agile coach stuff. CAS made their Scrum Master and design thinking. But during that lessons, I learned the techniques, how to talk to people, how to motivate people, how to give them the appreciation and the good feeling, that everybody feels comfortable and has trust in this small community of that group what is working there together. And this is something we can learn. It's very easy, actually. We just need some know-how or read books. Natalie mentioned some great books. This is what we actually need, how we can learn to do that. And we can start with that in our private life. We can, in our daily life, within our own culture, but also with foreign cultures, and just go for it.
Very nice. I love that. Love that. Jürgen is trying again. Swiss German.
And what about the African dialects? Yeah, maybe difficult, maybe difficult. But he's active. Jürgen will get a card for sure.
He will get a card, yeah.
He will get a card for sure. But maybe if someone remembers an African dialect, that would be great. One of the African dialects. And I don't speak it.
You'll get cards from us, definitely. Just let me know your address, and then we'll send you the cards. Thank you so much, Leksha. I don't know whether I pronounce it correct. That's also something I'm learning.
Sometimes difficult,
yeah. Thanks so much. And you can also say perfectly phrased, dear Natalie. And Leksha is adding, one should never refrain ourselves into learning new things. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a never-ending process.
Absolutely. So don't stop being curious. That's all I can say. Don't stop being curious. Many thanks. I think we're done. And I'm so happy you're here with me. Thanks so much for watching, for being with us on a Sunday morning. It's just a great day.
Yeah, definitely. So,
take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks for hosting us, Chris.
Thank you very much.
Suzanne,
bye, everybody. Thank you very much. It was very nice to be with you.
Bye-bye.